Right, so welcome again to week 6, which is about money, right? And most of you may have noticed changes during these 6 weeks. We've been going through quite a lot. And from here onwards, things will be flowing much quicker, okay? So I start with a poem. This is a beautiful poem. It's called Footprints in the Sand. So one night I dreamed a dream. As I was walking along the beach with my Lord, across the dark sky flashed scenes from my life. For each scene I noticed 2 steps of footprints in the sand. Each scene noticed 2 steps of footprints in the sand, one belonging to me and one belonging to my Lord. After the last scene of my life flashed before me, I looked back at the footprints in the sand and I noticed that at many times along the path of my life, especially at the very lowest and saddest times, there was only one set of footprints. This really troubled me. So I asked the Lord about it. Lord, you said once I decided to follow you, you would walk with me all the way. But I noticed that during the saddest and most troublesome times of my life, there was only one set of footprints. I don't understand why. When I needed you the most, you would leave me. He whispered, my precious child, I love you and will never leave you. Never, never. During your trials and testings, when you saw only one set of footprints, it was then that I carried you. That's so beautiful. Yeah? When I was going through the phase of wanting to have a child and I was like so depressed, this poem was something that helped me out because I was so angry with God. Yeah, like I couldn't believe, I was going through so much struggle. It just seemed so unfair and I was so angry with God. One of your homeworks was to do your $1,000 or £1,000 per morning. So I hope you're all catching up and doing your, spending $1,000, the next day another $1,000. And this exercise is amazing. You start noticing how so many more things start flowing. So today we'll just talk about energy. Yeah? And I wanted you to become more conscious of your energy field, right? So when you're with someone, the energy fields coincide. Now that I'm looking at it looks a bit like the labyrinth, isn't it? You've got, when you're with someone, how the energy, so with some people it sort of blends, and with other people it's like a short circuit. Yeah. So with thoughts, energies flow from one person to another. There's this energy field around us, right? And we connect cords with people. Yeah. So the closer you become with someone or the more issues, there are different types of cords that are created. We have love cords and we also have toxic ones. Yeah. So observing the people around us, observing this is another part of our healing. So I saw this and I really liked it. It says, son, why do you behave that way? Yeah. So it's a mirror. Yeah. And I'm going to ask you to start doing a lot more of mirror work. Now, there's a lady whom I admire a lot called Marta Salvat, and she does a lot of mirror work. So sometimes it's the exact, when you mirror someone, it's exactly you, but there are other mirrors which are opposites. So if you're, say, with someone whom you consider extremely selfish, it means that you are on the opposite of the scale. You're like Santa Madre Teresa, like Mother Teresa. So it's for you to balance and start putting limits, right? We have a little phone here in the background. Let me just take it away. Sorry about that, but mirror work is fascinating. And it's not always that something that bothers you is what you don't like about yourself. It also can be the opposite. and something you need to work on. Anyway, so mirror work is really beautiful, to look at yourself in the mirror, yeah? And as you look at yourself in the mirror, to be nice to yourself and say, hey, it's okay. And learning to be nice to yourself, talking nicely to yourself, because remember, as Michael Singer said, imagine that person, that voice was always telling you, you're writing something and the voice says, oh, that's not very good. You could do much better. Oh, no, fix that. Oh, that looks horrible. So imagine if that thought of that person is sitting next to you, and I keep repeating this because it's really important. The moment you give that thought, the image of someone sitting next to you, it's like, hey, leave me alone, let me work peacefully, yeah? So it's a way of trying to get away of those thoughts, okay? So I invite you all to look at the mirror. And Gabby, I invite you to do it as well, love. When you see the mirror, you look at yourself straight into the eyes, into the mirror, yeah? Like the picture here, and you say, I love you. I really love you. And then you say your name, Gabby, I really love you. And all of you say your own name, right? And you do it 3 times. And whenever suddenly maybe you feel sad or you're angry, you go to the mirror and you say, it's okay. And then you say, I love you, I really love you. You say your name, I really love you. All right. Anyway, so this week is abundance. So we come back to, okay, so our brain throughout our life, we've had all these programs and we're starting to change them, right? So going through these changes, we're crossing the river and it feels uncomfortable. So we want to stop doing the course. We want to go back to where we were. We say it's too much. We can't cope with everything. But changes are starting to happen because we're starting to leave this area. And it's awkward and it's a lot of work and it feels tiring. And there seems to be a struggle because we're in a place which is unknown, right? And now most of you are going through these tsunamis, right? Like it's not just a river, it's like really moving things, but you're getting closer to your destination, right? So keep on going, don't go back, don't give up, right? So Joe Dispenza says, the same thoughts will always lead to the same choices. The same choices will always lead to the same behaviors. The same behaviors create the same experiences, and the same experiences will always produce the same emotions. And the very same emotions will drive you very same thoughts, and so you stay exactly the same. So we're changing, and we're changing all these thoughts as we go along. So we are not here anymore. We're starting to leave this place. We're starting to notice where we are. And yes, there come storms, but it's just to stay where you are, calm yourself, because it will pass. So everything is possible. The secret is to calm the mind and to get out of the way. So we want to solve everything for that 5% of our conscious mind, which is limiting, because there's much more than what we know. So being able to go within will get those answers. So what, where do we go? Love or fear? Yeah. Which one moves you? Yeah. So choose love. Yeah. And observe fear and let it go. So when we live in the past, we are depressed. Okay. Because we're holding on to things from the past, and the brain doesn't know the difference of something from the past. If it happened 10 years ago, but you're thinking of it, it makes it present, okay? The future, we don't know what's going to happen in the future. Infinite things can happen in the future. All we have is now, and to be the best version of ourselves now. So now, thinking of the now, each time you make a new choice that is in alignment with your future, you are priming your brain to install the neurological hardware to actually think, act, and feel like the person you want to be in the future. So it's so important what you're feeling and vibrating now. So if you bring up the emotion of gratitude before the actual event, your body will begin to believe that the future event has indeed already happened or is happening to you in the present moment. Joe Dispenza. So starting to tune into gratitude, valuing what we do have, and connecting to that future we want, we start creating and manifesting. I really love this image, and I've put it on several times, but the same as within is outside, yeah? And the more you go within, the more you can create that reality outside. And this poem is just, I'm really obsessed with this beautiful book of The Untethered Soul, but this poem, it just means so much. It is not for you to seek love. It is for you to seek and remove the blockages you put in your way. And it's also, you are connected to the abundance of love, this divine energy, and it's to take the blockages away. So what are we thinking? What are we believing? What are our fears, right? So she talks about God and money and how God is infinite. And I, as I've told you before, I had an issue with the word God because I was angry with God. Yeah? But then when I see God as this force, this universal energy, disconnecting it from a God that punishes, from a God, from the religion, Catholic religion, I found it much easier. Yeah. Because there is one God, there's this energy, this magical force. Okay. So for me, it's really important to write your morning pages. Okay. I'm doing this as well. And there are days I don't do my morning pages, or maybe I just write a paragraph and I get stuck. But the more you find your moments that are challenging, the more you need to write your pages because your day will become clearer. And you start knowing what to do or where to get guidance. So if you're stuck with a thought, not knowing what to do, just do your morning pages. The more we learn to operate in the world based on trust in our intuition, the stronger our channel will be and the more money we will have. Money will come when you're doing the right thing. When you start loving what you do, it just comes so easily. But when you're struggling and you're doing things you don't like, a little bit of money comes in. But notice, when you really connect to what you love, it just flows. We have so many beliefs regarding money. It's hard to get. You have to work long hours. You need to worry about money. We say that God is good and money is bad. Well, no, we have to believe that money is good as well. We value who we are according to how much money we have. And for me, this was something I had to work on because I've achieved many things, but by not having the abundance, for me, it didn't mean anything. Yeah? But yet what I had done or have done is valuable, but I didn't see it that way. Money is security. Yeah? When you have money, you're feeling secure. So many times we stop doing our dreams because of money. We have like these toxic old ideas. But how would work be if it's play? And if you look at God's creation, have you ever thought how amazing it is that every single snowflake has a different pattern? Look at all these beautiful drawings. Each one is different. There's never one the same. And we're connecting to that energy. How beautiful. Have you ever thought of that? Have you ever looked at your beautiful garden, the flowers, the trees, the magic around us in nature? And Julia Cameron says in her book, you are enough. Of course we are, because we're part of this creation. Yeah? And this is a painting I did many years ago. It's in an infertility clinic. And the sun, which is the egg and the sperm, yeah. Then a baby and the 9 months. So a plant grows naturally. Yeah, the plant's not thinking, oh, is it going to rain today? And when is the sun going to come out again? And, or when is a little caterpillar going to come or whatever? Yeah, it just is. It just trusts. Yeah, a plant has the power of trusting. So here I represented it with 9 months. Yeah, of just trusting in nature and growing naturally to become a baby. So from the moment of conception to the moment of birth, there's this divine energy, source, God, whatever you want to call it. So for here, to come here, and I for years have helped people and worked with people who have not been able to conceive. Yeah, sometimes they have wonderful embryos, and they don't get pregnant. Otherwise, they have horrible embryos with, not much chance of getting pregnant, but yet they have a healthy baby. So what is it? Well, there's a divine magic around us, and it's to trust it and to flow with it. Okay. So when we think of luxury, Sometimes we have beliefs, oh, rich people are miserable, or they're not happy, or they become selfish, or I don't know, just look into your beliefs, because those beliefs are blockages. So what we really want to do is what we should do. When we start tuning into what we really like doing and what is fun and playing, doors will open where there were only walls, which Joseph Campbell said. When we do what we have to do, money comes to us, doors open for us, we feel useful, and the work we do seems like play. And this is what we're starting to tune into, to play. So she says, throughout the book, we've been remembering things we like doing. We're spending our artist days, spending time with ourselves. We're starting to spoil ourselves and to love ourselves. And this is so important, to love yourself. So when we limit our capacity of joy by anorexically rejecting the small gifts of life, we're also rejecting the small gifts. So if somebody comes and gives you a little gift and you go, oh, no, thank you. No, it's okay. Oh, no, it's okay. You're rejecting the big ones as well. So it's receiving and giving. It's the cycle that flows. Right? So a little authentic luxury can go a long way. How about a peanut butter? A spoonful of delicious peanut butter. Yeah, for me, that is a luxury. The key word here is authentic, because art is born in expansion. It grows in a belief in sufficient supply. It is critical that we pamper ourselves for the sense of abundance it brings to us. So connect to this receiving, to doing things you love doing, and we're connecting to this abundance. So how's this? Going into the tub, having a nice bath, yeah? How about just having a nice cup of coffee outside somewhere, looking at the view, enjoying the moment? How about a beautiful sunset? Yeah? What gives us true joy? What is the question to ask concerning luxury? For each of us, it's different, okay? Don't try to let go of Cinderella. I love this. Don't let go of Cinderella. Keep Cinderella, but focus on giving yourself the glass slipper. The second half of the fairy tale is great. So yeah, you can get yourself that glass slipper. So always leave enough time in your life to do something that makes you happy, satisfied, even joyous. That has more of an effort on economic well-being than any other single factor. Paul Hawking. And then this other quote, I'm right into quotes today. Okay? So it says, all substance is energy in motion. It lives and flows. Money is symbolically a golden flowing stream of synchronized vital energy. And it is. It's just flowing. It's there. It's like love. Take away the blockages. Take away the blockages. And just connect to abundance, to which you have a divine right. And this enjoying every moment. We get so stuck in responsibilities and things. So slow down and enjoy life. It's not only the scenery you miss by going too fast, you also miss the sense of where you are going and why. So stop, slow down, and enjoy. Right? Whatever God's dream about man may be, it seems certain it cannot come true unless man cooperates. So it's like getting in the way, yeah? Get out of the way, allow things to happen, tune in, enjoy the present moment. True life is lived when tiny changes occur, and we're going step by step. We're changing gradually, step by step, okay? So one of the exercises was to counting your money, but more than what comes in, what comes out. Where are you spending your money? And just observe yourself without judging and notice what changes you can do. But it's like becoming more present of where your money is going. Right? Now, this exercise, I sent it to you before, right? Because it moved me to start off with. I don't know about you, but it really moved me. Yeah. So this questions, answering them as quick as possible, triggered so many things. There were moments in which I even cried, yeah. And I just did it quickly. And then the next day I was going over and over and over. So, well, today I choose differently. And today I choose to let go. If by any chance you haven't done it yet, it doesn't matter. Just do it or do it again. Yeah? And when you see your responses, you're surprised. And you realize that those are the blockages which are disconnecting you from your true abundance, but you have the divine right to be abundant. But yeah, it triggered me so much. That's why I sent it to you before, because I realized so many things. And I've done this course so many times. Yeah. But each time there's a different moment. You're going through different things, living different things. Yeah. So I invite you to do that exercise. If you haven't, to do it again. Okay. So another exercise was 5 pretty or interesting rocks. So what it does, it's just like having it around, and when you see them, it connects you. You can have them in your pocket. You can have them, you know, in a room or in a sacred place or in a special place for you. And it's just to connect you to the natural abundance of life. Yeah? I don't know if any of you before used to press flowers. I did. I was like really into pressing flowers. Yeah. You know, so just seeing this, it reminds you of inner child things. It just makes you smile, and everything that makes you smile produces happy hormones, which affects your day to day. Yeah. So clearing, and we've already been working on this, but clearing, just throwing things away by getting rid of old things that you don't need, allowing new things to come in. We're producing a shift. We're shifting energy, and energy is flowing and changing. Otherwise, it's stuck. Yeah. But just going into club, getting rid of a few things and then letting a few more in, it's magical. So then bake something. Oh, so I did this experiment. I got some flour of arepas, and then I put some elote, which is some corn, and I did this mixture, and I made something, and I played, and it turned out quite well. Anyway, someone came over for a session who was hungry, so I said, look, I've got this, it's an experiment. Said, well, it's okay, I'll just add a bit of honey, yeah? But allowing yourself just to play, and it doesn't matter if it wasn't sweet enough or it wasn't, it's just the fun of playing. Like we've talked before, as how so many times we go through life as if we're on a master chef program. Right? So bake something, but play with it and just invent it and have fun. So there was another exercise of communication, yeah, which is about sending 5 postcards to 5 friends, right? And how do we send 5 postcards? We don't do that anymore. Yeah. I mean, when there's the S, we don't go to post office or send things, but be creative. There are many ways you can send 5 postcards to 5 people who are special to you, and just send a note, and it feels nice. It feels really nice to receive a postcard. So again, it was to read the basic principles, and I left that in Spanish, and to read your prayer, yeah, your artist prayer. So it tunes us back in. It's reminding us, it's a little bit like hypnotic. It's like repeating, love yourself, use positive affirmations, and gradually we're starting to notice these changes. This tidying up is important, clearing things. Have you noticed any changes in your environment? And to observe them, yeah? And accepting gifts. Any new flow in your life? Have you practiced saying yes to gifts? Yeah? It can be simple things, but it's starting to say, yes, thank you, right? Prosperity, any changes in your financial situation or your perspective on it? And I want you to add these images to your vision board. It's very powerful, the vision board, right? Be creative, find different ways of doing it. You can just put the photos on your screen, yeah? On your computer screen or on your phone, because you use the phone all day. Even if they're tiny, if you do the collage and it's tiny, by having it on your phone, subconsciously you're looking at it and they're working, okay? So any new crazy ideas that you would like to do or to work on? Right, so from the comfort zone, we're going to where the magic is, and we're already closer to the magic. So there is a creative energy that wants to express itself through you. You have the idea and it's starting to come out, right? So meditate, go within, calm your mind, and let it come out by really doing it, by starting and doing it, right? So I was talking with one of you the other day who had several ideas and wasn't sure what to do. So I'm sharing this exercise with you because it becomes quite handy. So if you have 3 different projects or 2 projects or 5, yeah, divide with what you like about it and what you don't like about it. So here you can write out, oh, I like this because I go out, or I do this and I travel. Oh, I don't like this because whatever, whatever, whatever. And now just by looking at it, it seems clear. You can notice certain things that you like in common, things that you don't like in common. You can see how much time you need for each one. You can see how much money you put into each one, the effort, the expenses, and it will be much easier for you to decide. Okay. The artist date. Don't forget your artist date. I hope you're all doing your artist date. In fact, write to me and I want you to send me, little notes personally. Just send me how you have been spending your artist date. Just give me ideas of things that you have been doing. All right. So we are halfway. And now we start week 7. Week 7, things are going to be flowing much more, much quicker. And you're going to start noticing all these changes, right, in your day to day. And this next week, we're going into the sense of connection, right? And in this week, you will practice right attitudes for creativity, and you're going to connect to your personal dreams, okay? So we're going much more into what your project is going to be. If any of you are still not sure of what your project is, write to me and I'll sit together and I'll help you. If you're behind in your work, it doesn't matter, it's normal. It is so normal. I've been speaking to so many of you who've been behind in weeks, and it doesn't matter. We'll just get together, we'll fix a date and we'll catch up. Okay. So this week that's coming, we're going to work on jealousy, listening, perfectionism, risk, and there's another section called archaeology. Okay. So it's time to reinvent ourselves, right? And it's always lovely. I really enjoy Saturdays getting together with all of you. So if any of you have any questions, hello, Gabby, thank you for being in my class today. It was lovely for you to join us. And Angela, I'd like you to stay connected. Yes, I can go over a few things with you. And I hope you all have a lovely weekend, right? Big hug to all of you. And if anybody has any question, fine. And if not, bye-bye. Bye-bye. Have a lovely weekend. Bye, Beto. Gabby, how are you, Gabby? Madine, thank you. Hi, and let me stop the recording. Stop the recording.